hopefully you've had a chance to watch the demonstration and answer the practice problem. If not, please stop the video and do that first. All right. So this is exploring Charles' Law, and the demonstration that was watched had a flask that was just filled with air, and so they put some water in it, and that then heated it on a stove, right? And so the air leaves and the water fills the flask as steam or water vapor or gas. So what we have is gas, and it is at a high temperature, and it's all water. So then a balloon is placed over it and it's not blown up. It's just an empty balloon, right? So it can expand if volume expands and contract in if volume decreases. That then hot water gas in the flask trapped by the balloon is then placed into cold water, ice water. And that brings the temperature of the flask and everything inside it, the gas, down. So the temperature decreases. And as that temperature decreases, we see this balloon that's just hanging out get sucked into the flask. And it occupies the inside of it, a lot of it. What we're seeing here is that as that temperature decreases, volume decreases. And that's why the balloon takes up that space inside. The volume of the gas inside the flask has reduced itself with temperature. That creates like a little vacuum that pulls that balloon in and to occupy that space. So it's like the atmosphere, and this is all at the same pressure, right? So the atmospheric gas is filling that balloon into the flask as the volume decreases. So let's describe this relationship. And this brings us eventually here to Charles' law. So as our temperature decreased, our volume also decreased. And so the way that we can write this to show if it's inversely or directly proportional is saying that temperature is proportional to volume. And this is going to be Charles' law, but whatever. What this really means is that we can expect a change in temperature to affect the change in volume. And if one increases, the other will increase. And if one decreases, the other will decrease. So we're going to write this out. We could hopefully you wrote like a sentence or something to capture this, or maybe you just used variables to do so. But we could say something like, you could say the temperature of the gas is proportional to volume. An increase in that temperature will lead to an increase in volume, and a decrease in temperature will lead to a decrease in volume.